All right, Ahmed is on line 3. Do we have the 911 call that maybe we'll play before we pot him up?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Collier County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Cormier. This line is recorded. How may I help you?
Hi, I don't know if I have the right department, but last evening I went to a comedy show, and the comedy show is happening again tonight at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
At Off the Hook.
Yep.
On Pine Ridge Road. Are you familiar with that?
I am, yep.
Okay. There was a comedian. His name is Ahmed, and he's Middle Eastern.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing he said when he got out on the stage was, okay, how many Middle Eastern people do we have here? And a whole bunch of people raised their hand.
Uh-huh.
I guess they went to see him because he was Middle Eastern.
Uh-huh.
You know, when you hear the name Ahmed.
Right.
I guess. So, and there weren't a lot of people there, I guess, because of the name.
Uh-huh.
I went because I got free tickets.
Okay.
And
Make that clear.
The people raised their names. They said, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Iraq. I'm from Iran. I'm from Pakistan. I'm from here. I'm from there. He said, that's great. He said, we could organize our own little terrorist organization.
Oh.
And I don't think that was right.
Right.
I mean, it really bothered me.
Yeah.
The thing that was crazy about that is he saw the show.
He slept on it.
And did it the following day. Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't think that's right.
Ahmed.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. Sorry that happened to you on behalf of all the Blue-Eyed Devils who live in these United States.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on your show. I'm a big fan. I just want to say that. But no apologies, man. You know, this stuff happens, and you know, this is America now, I guess. So it was unfortunate, but and he actually misquoted the joke. I didn't say we can start a terrorist organization. That was never said. He just kind of took it out of context. So yeah.
So this is obviously making the rounds on the internet because I stumbled upon it earlier today, and then I don't know why you saw fit to reach out to us. I'm happy you did. I know, is it a coincidence that I just saw it, like Favorite tweeted it or something, or how did that work?
I was getting a lot of people just hitting me up on social media. I had a couple news outlets reach out. You know, I listened to your stuff. Like I said, I'm a fan, and I know you're a comedian as well, and I thought you probably appreciate the story more than anybody. And that's pretty much why. Yeah.
So this fella, do you know who made this call?
No, but I do remember. If you listen to the whole call, I think he said something to the effect of, yeah, we're going to get a paddy wagon out there for you guys, too, or something like that.
So he's a young man. And so he made the call, and then what did the cops do?
So, like you guys mentioned, you know, he went home, he slept on it, he thought about it, and then made the call the next day. So, first of all, let me just throw this out there. After each show, I go outside and shake hands and thank people for coming, and most people will say thank you back, and can we take a picture? And you know how it is how comics do it. And and I would say most people were super nice and kind and appreciative and very welcoming and everything. Like, I'm doing a meet and greet. You know, like, terrorists don't do meet and greets. Okay.
Well,
so it's like,
remember that.
Yeah, they can only get as far as the meet. They rarely get to the greet or the formal goodbye.
So,
it ends abruptly most of the time.
Hey, everybody in the pizza parlor, it's me.
Oh, man.
Good to meet you.
Hello and goodbye.
Right. But, yeah, I agree. That's not, on the other hand, if you're deep cover, then this is what we'd expect you to do. So,
right. Because that's the first disguise and profile we're going to go undercover as, or comics in America. So anyway, the next day I get to the club. Show's at 7 o'clock. I get there like 6:40. I'm sitting in the back of the room. Manager walks up really politely and kind of a little embarrassed, and he's like, "Hey man, sorry about this, but there's like 2, Florida police officers outside that want to talk to you. And I was like, for what? And they said somebody made a 911 call about a joke you did last night, and they were concerned for their lives. And I thought he was joking. I was like literally waiting for a camera to come out and whatever. And I turned around, and sure enough, two guys are out there, African American female, and probably like maybe a Latino police officer. And I walked out, said, "Hi, officers. Well, what's the problem?" And they said there was a call about a joke you made. I said, "Can you tell me the joke?" And they said it was something to the effect of you calling out Middle Eastern people or how you can start a terrorist organization. I said, "I never said that. I could send you the recording because I record all my sets." I said, "I can email it to you. You can listen to it yourself." I never said that, but.
And even if you did.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to do right now, okay, Duran Duran, is just go ahead and step back away from the explosive vests. Go ahead and take your religion and see if you can bury it deep inside of you. What I'm going to ask you to do at this particular time is go ahead and take a name like Steve Johnson, and go ahead. Let me just go ahead and ask you to put on a blonde wig for me, okay, right now. And I'd like you to dress a little more like Dennis the Menace and a little less like Ahab the Arab. So what I'm just go ahead and ask you is go ahead and take your pockets, pull them out, and then like you have bunny ears, and then just go ahead and pull your penis out. I'm assuming it's uncut okay right now, so it looks like an elephant's trunk. So what I'm going to have to ask you to do for me, okay, right now, is just go ahead and back into the green room and sit on the sofa that's either way too big for the green room or way too small for the green room. And just go ahead and empty out your recorder and listen to all those jokes, and I'll be the arbiter of what's funny, okay, right now?
Was it like that?
I mean, it wasn't that forensic, but that was pretty funny.
I wonder if the black female officers have cop talk.
Oh, interesting.
What's that?
Black female police officers. I feel like cop talk is, you have to be white and you need a mustache. But hopefully we're living in a world where the Hispanic cops are starting to catch on, and even the lady of color cops are starting to catch on to the extra cop talk, okay, right now?
Right. Well, I think when the call came in, they were probably like, do we send white cops or do we send ethnic cops for this call?
Oh, they do it like 60 Minutes does their interviews. Who's going to talk to Jussie Smollett? Let's get Oprah.
Get Robin Roberts.
Yeah.
I wonder if there must be some of that, right? I guess. So,
I mean, the funny thing is I went up on stage after the whole, and they were super kind and professional. They even said to me, "Hey, this is the first time this has happened. We're a little embarrassed about this. This is just nothing that, we don't get calls like this ever." And, but they were very apologetic, which I was, really kind of, I was impressed by, because, police officers don't normally have to apologize for other people's behavior. So, and then they left. So I went up on stage and I talked about it right out of the gate. I said, "Hey, this just happened to me outside." And people in the audience were like, "No way, really?" And they said, "What was the joke?" And I said, "Well, let me just go through my set list with you guys. And if you feel threatened over any of these jokes, raise your hand. Let's come up with a safe word, Pikachu or something. I don't know. And then you guys can tell me." And I went joke for joke, and the audience was with me and laughing. And I said, "Anybody feel threatened tonight?" And everyone was like, "No." And I was like, "All right." Well, it's obviously an isolated kind of incident.
You had a nutty Floridian hillbilly. But can you do, just for fun, can you do that opening 2 minutes that you recall, or as you recall it in your set, that he protests to, and we'll pretend to be audience members and hear it with through the ears of babes?
Okay, well, he does. I do, in fact, ask how many Middle Eastern people are in the audience.
Do the bit.
Any Middle Eastern people in the audience?
Hey!
Okay, there's a few of us.
Hey!
It only takes one of us.
Oh,
I see.
That's good.
To tell a joke, it takes one Middle Eastern.
I see.
So then, right. Thank you. and then I think the other thing he misquoted or mistook was, I start kind of dissecting the crowd. Where are you from? You're from Lebanon. Where are you from? Egypt. 2 Egyptians in the audience. That's great. That's 3 of us. Hey, we can start a revolution. That got a laugh.
Right.
And then I said something to the effect of, all just us 3 in a tweet, and we can start a revolution. It's just stupid, playful art sarcastic humor. It's in the moment. It's very playful. I'm really shocked that the guy took it, and to a magnitude that didn't need to, didn't need to go, and it is what it is.
That guy clearly never heard of the Arab Spring because this was not a terrorist joke.
Well, yeah. I mean, I never used the word terrorist. That's
right.
what's so funny.
But when you say we'll start a revolution, that's what he thinks of, not a government uprising. That the people got together and tried to make a change.
Right.
Yeah,
right. He didn't get the memo.
Well, here's what I want to say. We go nuts on stuff like this, but there's so many nut jobs out there. As long as this is the first time it's happened, or it's super few and far between, like, I'm not one of these blowhards that, like, if there's one child left behind, or there's one child that doesn't get a world class, or there's one hillbilly in Florida in the Panhandle that doesn't shout out or call down. I am fine with one of everything.
Yeah.
I'm fine with one of these guys, one drunk driving car accident, one school, one kid that falls through the cracks. I'm one. As long as this is something that doesn't happen with any frequency at all, I'll be fine tonight. Is that a safe or fair statement, Ahmed?
I think that's 100% fair, and I agree, actually, because you're going to have stuff like this happen. You're going to have the bad with the good, and like I said, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, if you'd taken my advice and worn the MAGA hat out on stage, we could avoid this whole thing, especially just in Florida.
Just send a message.
Yeah. Later on, you're going to be at Rooster T. Feathers in Sunnyvale, and you leave it in the backpack for that show. Thanks, Ahmed.
Right.
I'll give you a plug.
You guys are great.
Thanks, man.